out. If the story is, had done a mural in the Tenderloin. I'm trying to think. I guess I had posted it. Tom was playing with text dispensers, and they came to Oakland, and I went to go see them down the street. And I was just hanging out talking to Tom or whatever. And I think I might have just told my was working on it or finished it or something. I don't know. He saw it, and I think there was a connection in his brain to have me do that. So that was because I was also in a Tenderloin at a bar when he called me and asked me about it. I was like, cool, I will do that.
I met him. I used to have a food blog as like a,
Mm, full and content.
yes,
Right.
exactly. I interviewed him like, I mean, it was just maybe a few months after he had originally opened the first trailer. And it was just him like working a lot of hours a week. And I just like really, really tuned in to your artwork on the trailer. Like I was interested in what he was doing, but I was also extremely interested in what was going on the exterior of that trailer, like recognizing that whoever did it had painting chops, and in the years since then, he's had a lot of different business ventures, and you've been a really integral part of all of that. Like I think there's been there was Romanesca's Deli, and then there was like Baby Blue something, and then the taco one. And so there's been like a lot of iterations, and now there's a brand new trailer for Micklethwait Craft Meats that you just did, right?
I didn't do the Taco Bronco, but yeah.
Yeah, just like your artwork and the aesthetic of your artwork has been so linked to like the branding of all of his businesses, whether or not that's been, intentional. um I don't think it's like I've always felt like you couldn't really separate it. It's part of the ambiance of it. And it's great, it's nice. I mean, it's I don't know. I'm a fan. So
Thanks.
um
Thanks. Yeah. I do too. I mean, I know it is sort of I don't know if this is capitalism. This is I've worked with Tom and we've made sort of I think it has been a weird sort of just by happenstance iconic. No, it's unofficial for sure. It is I've worked like they usually fall together pretty easily just in talking with Tom because I think we sort of understand each other on some sort of astral plane, even if it's not necessarily like a physical one. So I think that like like he also has a really good sense of natural sense of color
yeah.
that like makes it real easy, and he's real easy to work with on those things. And like the idea is like he's pretty open to like uh artistic inspiration or flights of fancy, whatever you want to call it. But like he's yeah, that acorn is hilarious to me that it became such a like I mean he already had the wood print acorn, but like so yeah, I did the first trailer and then we rushed out one that I called Little Acorn Sweetums for a South by Food Bites situation. And like I was still painting in the rain. So many of them have been done under duress. That's really to me the real art in those things is that they have all been done under some kind of like has to happen kind of kind of thing.
Right.
Like I had a longer on Romanescu's, and that one to me was my favorite. And just like it because it was the most like I had the most. I really went into the theme, the Lithuanian folk stuff and Lithuanian basketball and like that kind of thing. And I was really it. I understand, and that's just kind of the nature of like having something that's popular versus like something that's just like the craft for the craft's sake. Because that place was not moving units, but it was definitely delicious food,
It
and
was
I think the
amazing food.
trailer was amazing. Yeah, the whole thing was
Yeah.
just one of those things like flash in the
Yeah.
pan kind of deals. But
That was a sad day I felt when that trailer went away. I have one of your prints from that period. When they first opened, you came to Austin and had a little pop-up selling prints, and I bought one of it has a crane on it with like the border that you did on the trailer.
Yeah, that was that well, the crane is big in Lithuanian folk. There's some sort of it's a stork. It's actually a stork. There's a stork story, blah blah blah. I don't know exactly what it is. And then I used the basketballs because of do you remember the Olympics that there's a tie-in with Lithuania and the Grateful Dead. One of the Grateful Dead members paid for the Lithuanian basketball team's uniforms in 1988. I don't know what year it was, but it was some Olympics. And so like the Lithuanian basketball team had like a tie-dyed uniform, and it was all hippy dippy. And that story already stuck with me. And basically I was just trying to pull every Lithuanian concept. I'm really, obviously, I mean, you've said not you have noticed, let's put it that way. I do like to have like repetitive iconography or whatever. So if I can pick something that's sort of like a code symbol, then I'll like to use that to represent it. So the basketball thing started with that, but I would like to have it continue into the other of Tom's things, because where the kitchen is located now is right across from a basketball court. And I think it would be amazing for MCM to do some sort of like community basketball,
Yeah.
either if it's a 3-on-3, a shootout, horse contest, just because I think it would really, that neighborhood is in a wild transition state, and I think it would just be kind of a nice tie-in with that. Just because basketball courts.
Yeah, well,
Keep it going.
we're putting it out there now on YouTube. So
Yeah, exactly.